Welcome back to Jessie's Performance. We are back from LS Fest and we had a great time. It was a very successful trip for our shop and for the Trans Am. We did a ton of interview stuff with Hoonigan. We did some photo shoot with Nitto Tire, interviews with Holley, and total cost involved. So all in all, it was a very successful trip for us.
Are we live?
No, we're not live. We did a little bit of sightseeing along the way as well. We stopped at the Grand Canyon. We went to the Hoover Dam. We even stopped on Route 66 and stopped in Winslow, Arizona, where the Eagles song, Take It Easy, was filmed. I don't know, I didn't know anything about it. I was asleep when we rolled into Arizona and all of a sudden they said, hey, we're gonna go sightsee. So anyways, I couldn't do a ton of recording because it was really super windy. We also couldn't do a whole lot of drag racing because of the wind. So really, I didn't get a ton of footage while we were there. I tried to do as much recording with the interviews that we did, and we'll share that with you guys, and here we go. So we made it to Flagstaff, Arizona last night about 3 a.m., which would be 4 a.m. Texas time. We drove 5 a.m. No, it's only less than an hour.
2 time zones. We went through 2 time zones.
No.
Yes.
It's only an hour less.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it would have been 5 a.m. Texas time.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're tired. We slept for a little while, but...
We're not tired. Stacey's tired. I'm good.
I'm tired.
I got my 4 hours in. I'm ready to hit the road.
Drive this big old trailer. So yeah, we're headed to Vegas. We'll be there in just a few hours, and everything is going. Right now, we are on the side of the highway over in Flagstaff. We took a little bit of a detour up north to go to see the Grand Canyon. Jessie surprised me. I had no idea where we were going. I thought he was going out the wrong way for like an hour. Lo and behold, we stopped at the Grand Canyon, checked it out. We realized while we were there that the trailer hitch is actually pulling away from the frame on our truck. The trailer we're pulling is really heavy, and I guess it just needs some bigger washers or something in there. Luckily, Curtis was on his way with his truck and trailer. He was just about an hour outside of Flagstaff, luckily, and he has a welder on his truck. Talk about luck. So we're literally like underneath an overpass right now, and all the guys have the truck disconnected from the trailer. They have everything pulled apart, and they're gonna get it all welded up so that we can make the rest of the trip and hopefully get there by 7 tonight. We have to be at the booth by 7 tonight, so it's like 2:30, which is luck. No, we're not live.
Oh, okay.
We're over here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway at LS Fest, Holley LS Fest. We are in the, what is it, the LSX, the Hot Rods and Muscle Cars booth.
Yeah. Yep.
Right over next to Cletus and right next to Holley.
We made it.
we
had to fix the trailer. We had to fix the truck. We didn't have to work on the Trans Am, thank God.
Yeah, because it was in the trailer.
Yeah.
We've got the Trans Am and LSX booth, and everyone is loving the car so far.
Got our boy here, Jesse. Tell us about your car. Tell us about you. Tell us about what you brought us here. Tell us why you're worthy of coming on this versus that.
This way, sideways.
Okay, this is my 79 Trans Am. Me and my guys are out of Fort Worth, Texas. I own Jessie's Performance. We do a lot of LS stuff, mostly like resto mods and pro tourings. We do a lot of drag race cars too. We brought 4 cars all the way.
From Texas.
From Texas.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That boy's dedicated.
Don't mess with
You don't mess with Texas.
Yeah. My grants only gave you guys a preview of what we're about.
Yeah.
So, but it's a twin turbo dark block 427. Yeah, twin 76s.
You said what?
Twin 76 mil turbos.
Wow.
Yeah.
T56?
It's my daily driver.
You daily this?
I daily it. It's got air conditioning, it's got heater, it's got a subwoofer, dynamat, power windows. It's every option it had from the factory it has now.
Do you have any picture frames of Burt Reynolds at your house?
I have no.
That's the wrong answer.
Not since I've been married.
The perfect answer.
We got the hood open here. I want to hear Jesse tell us more about this motor.
All right, so I don't know. What do you want to know?
So it's a 427. You got 2 turbos on it, 76 mil. You said?
Yeah, twin 76s. It's got Frankenstein F-Series heads and billet intake manifold. T56 Magnum. It's a Tick Performance Stage 5 unit, so it's all cryo treated and everything. It's got a 9-inch with a posi, and it's actually got 456 gears in it because I like to party.
456.
Yeah.
What's that in mile per hour in first gear?
Like 7.
Let's go.
Nothing happens till 4th gear in this car. Like,
Yeah, my type of car.
Yeah.
This thing's bad, dude. It is super clean. Now, what's the story behind you getting this car? Was it dad's, grandpa's?
Oh,
Did you find it?
No, this story is like my family.
Did you get it from Bert?
No, yeah, I wish. My dad traded our only running car that we had growing up for this car.
Smart man.
My mom, in return, left him. And then me and my dad built it growing up, and I drove it in high school.
Wow.
And then...
Coolest kid in school all day.
No, actually, I got made fun of.
What?
And it was a pretty nice car.
Well,
but
those
it was,
kids are idiots.
Yeah.
And they don't have a Trans Am, so.
Yeah, where are they at now, right? Where are you guys at? Yeah, and so when I started my business with the main goal of hustling enough money to redo this car. Because it was wrecked and beat down, and I towed it around with me. It actually ended up in a junkyard one time because it got towed from my storage unit. I forgot to pay the bill, and I had to go to the junkyard and buy it back, and look at it now. Here we are.
Is he on Storage Wars? Were you on Storage Wars?
Storage, yeah. He was bidding for his own car.
Right?
This thing's beautiful. That's awesome. It's actually got a pretty cool history to it. And I could admire you starting a business with the intentions of building a car. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
It worked. So if you guys want to build a car, start a business, it works. That's pretty rad, but this is a really cool car.
Thank you.
Who's made sure that the car stayed in your life?
Yeah. And
Is this the wife?
Yeah, this is my wife. I would have gave up on this car many times. My brother wrecked it 3 years ago, totaled it out.
After it was restored once.
$65,000 worth of damage.
65,000. Is
I
that full
cut-
coverage?
Your brother likes to party.
Yeah, USA was pissed. Yeah,
That's what you pay him for.
that's right.
You pay him to piss him off.
That's right. So I cut basically from the firewall forward. It was all lopped off. It now has a TCI subframe, torque armor, suspension, Ridetech coilovers, Willwood brakes. It's rowdy.
Yo, Jesse, I just got one question. Are you down to drag on this versus that?
I'll never turn down a drag race.
Ooh. Bert wouldn't either. Bert would not either.
Yo, Nitto, we need some tires.
What's the power and what's the weight? I know you give us some power. What do you think?
It makes about 250 wheel horsepower.
Yeah,
It weighs
right.
about
Typical drag racer. Oh no, it's got a misfire. We'll see what it does.
Never took it down the strip before.
Yeah.
First time driving it.
actually
Break it in the motor.
last time I took it to a drag strip, it was in Colorado, and the hood came off.
Oh, you're one of Hertz.
You know Hurt.
You must be friends.
So but I'm down.
This thing's super clean. I mean, everything about it. The engine bay's clean. It looks like you got a lot of chassis reinforcement stuff. Looks like a tubed front end.
Yeah, it's all TCI stuff.
Looks beautiful. The interior's absolutely gorgeous. I like that pattern. Does this pattern come from Trans Ams, or is that?
It's the factory 1979 pattern.
That looks really good. They're doing it right.
Reparos, yeah.
The 60s were legit. Wait, this is.
This is 70, but
Wait a second. Same
yeah,
thing.
It's all a cocaine blur, right?
Family show. Looks bad. Looks like you got a 4-point roll cage. Are you doing any driving this weekend? Or is she just here for the show?
Yeah, no, just here for the show. I mean, we're going to drive it around Vegas and stuff, but yeah.
Do you guys have a car from Jessie's that you are going to be driving this weekend, competing in anything?
We brought some cars to test and tune.
Yeah.
None of them are quite ready to go rounds, but
yeah,
we got the GT86, then we have...
We might be seeing very soon.
Right, the white one, yep. And then we do have a black and gold IROC.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you know, half brother sister deal. So
nice.
Yeah, it's twin turbo LS.
Jeez.
I was going to say you're probably hooking up with your half brother sister if you're driving an IROC. I'm just saying that you're there to party if you're driving an IROC.
I was thinking this guy's going to say something about brothers and sisters kissing. I knew it. I knew it. Stop it. This thing's legit. We're super glad you came out. This thing's beautiful.
Yo, I just got to ask. I'm like my fellow
sister.
What do you think? What do you think? Like, is this a... Yeah, for sure. Everyone else, yeah.
Thumbs up.
This versus that. We think we should bring him out for this versus that.
Absolutely.
I don't even know. I gotta get, you know, maybe Kenny from the block up on this one. I might have to. This might be a Hoonicorn.
I think you need to find a cop car to chase him around.
I think so. That would be great.
Be a good race. That would be a real good race. We got a couple of buddies with nice cop cars.
Get something slow. I don't want to look bad.
That's not the way the show works.
You get in that Trans Am. Nobody looks bad in that Trans Am, Jesse. I'm just saying, you know.
Even if you lose, you still won.
See, look at that. Look at that. What? By the way, Dad bought the beat down Trans Am. Wife left him. His wife said, "Fix up the Trans Am." Stayed with him.
She's
See that?
a keeper.
It's a goal. People, I'm just saying, spend all your money on cars, and the women will not leave you. I'm just saying.
Great parts.
I'm twice divorced, so you probably should listen to me. I'm just saying. So.
Probably not the best relationship advice.
Jesse, can you give us? Can you fire it up on the way out and give us a little blip of the throttle and everything?
Yeah, we can probably do something.
Okay, nice. You guys want to hear this thing fire up as he leaves?
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, let's hear this thing. Thank you so much. Give it up for Jessie from Jessie's Performance, everyone.
Jessie, thank you for coming out and hanging out with us and talking with us.
That's cool.
Driving through New Mexico, started smelling some transmission fluid. Go to press on the brakes and the truck pulls one way real hard. Go to steer it back and there's no power steering. Moment of panic sets in. Realize that we don't have hydro boost or power steering, and we're pulling this trailer through these 6 degree of grade canyons. Did my best to shut her down, got her pulled off to the side of the road safely. Realized that the power steering pump seal had just went out. Brand new power steering pump, 2 weeks old. Instantly went into what do we do mode. Unhooked the trailer off to the side of the road as best as we could, and hauled ass back to the nearest town, which was probably about 20 miles. No brakes, no power steering. Needless to say, it was very, very uncomfortable and sketchy, white knuckle for sure. We made it back here to AutoZone, realized they didn't have the part, went to O'Reilly's and they did a warranty exchange on the part. We're putting an O'Reilly's power steering pump on in an AutoZone parking lot. The boys are getting her put back together, came apart pretty easy. Hopefully we can find some sort of a car wash, because we use tranny fluid as power steering fluid on this here, just that way if we're on the side of the road, it's one less fluid to have to worry about. Well, now the whole truck, underside of the truck, everything is just covered in transmission fluid. Once we get all the transmission fluid off, it's gonna be a clean son of a bitch, but until then, it's an oily, greasy bitch. So, yeah, let's get it fixed and get back on the road.
Okay, so the last day of my life, the Trans Am has been a hit. Hopefully the audio of this is coming out because it's super windy. Yesterday and today were super windy, so we weren't able to do a lot of drag racing. We did a lot of PR stuff with the Trans Am. We did some stuff with Hoonigan. Nitto Tire did a photo shoot with it. But all in all, it's definitely been a success. process. We have a lot to figure out still with the drag cars, but we can test and do that stuff there in Texas. So, but we've got a pretty good amount of footage for you guys, and definitely thank you for watching.
This guy's gonna have his arms sticking out on the sides. First one to touch one of his hands wins. You can cross the
Christine,
way.
you got to do the hand drop in the center. Christine, get in the center
Watch
there.
Christine, here she is,
Christine,
here
where are you
with the
going?
hat.
Where are you going? You've never done a drag race
down
before.
here.
Get over here.
Hey, All right, here, hold this mic for me.
No, you're on one side. Micah's gonna do it. Jesse's on the mic already here. We got Micah doing the hand drop here. Get ready.
Ready?
They're staged.
Come on, Grant.
Go! Who bet against Jessie? I think I owe Jessie $100 already. I think I owe Jessie $100. I bet on my boy. Wow, but you never bet against the mullet. I told you that. Never bet against the mullet.
You see when
I told you that.
They started twitching right there?
Yo, man, he was on the two-step right there. That little twitch. He was on the two-step right there, man. My boy right there. Yo, my boy, look at that. Dethroned our champion here. My
Great job,
goodness.
dude. Great job.
Everybody line up. You guys.